Hey there, everybody. It's Clay Patton with another episode of the Midwest Sheep and Goat Market Report this week for the week of October the 28th, 2023. Thanks, everybody, for coming back as we move into the last week of October, fixing to kick off November as well. Seen a nice rebound overall here in the Midwest Sheep and Goat Market on a weekly basis, so I'm calling the market steady now for the third week in a row. There were some lower undertones on some slaughter stock, but overall, the heart of this market really seems to be holding about where it has been the past few weeks. Now, Kelowna, Iowa did note that the midweight slaughter lambs did lose some significant price from their recent run up about that $40 to $70 a hundredweight mark. However, realistically, you look at where it was, those were just big premiums being paid on certain head versus where the rest of the market was. Overall, it still fit really nice into our range, which we talk about here at the end of the report. Now, with it, that run up and the subsequent fall by market participants there in Kelowna is being attributed to the ethnic market for most of that trade. So it looks like maybe there was some nearby ethnic buying that really kind of just dolloped on some big premiums there for just about a week, 2 weeks, and then started to pull it back out of the market here this week. Tough timing on those. Sometimes it could be a regional holiday or something that's happening there. More of those that maybe you just get lucky, you catch a quick hit on something like that. The breeding market, though, continues to gain some traction and momentum. Sioux Falls, once again this week, noted that running age ewes with good flesh return to the country with multiple buyers in the seats looking to buy breeding stock. Now, with that being said, the breeding market's not as strong as what we saw here a few years ago when you could buy a solid running age bred ewe or a solid running age doe, that $300 to $350 a head. I'm going to call that market pulled back. You're going to be paying closer to $200, really something exceptional. Maybe you pay $250, but anywhere from that $100 to $175, $200, that really seems to be a pretty solid range, both on the sheep and goat side for quality. Just commercial stock, not registered, not papered. Again, just solid commercial stock to go back out to the ranch. With that being said, though, again, these guys are coming in, they're buying them, so maybe we can see this breeding market pick up. At least now we're finally able to start kind of adding that into that regional price report, finally getting some solid enough volume to the breeding market to actually be able to talk about it a little bit more. Latest USDA cold storage reports out this week shows the U.S. has about 26.1 million pounds of lamb in commercial cold storage. That is 15% or about 4.7 million pounds less than a year ago as well. So we're seeing a little bit of a pullback there. Really nice, helping us keep current here. It's interesting, as strong as the dollar is, we haven't seen that commercial cold storage pick up with guys going out trying to buy imports to kind of keep things moving. They like the live lamb market where it is right now. Things are moving smoothly. Obviously, packers must have some margin here. We're seeing lamb slaughter really for beef and pork comparatively. We're running well ahead of where they are in their year-over-year kill dates and things. So things looking fairly positive for the market overall. At least should help us maintain a bottom into this market versus quite having that fallout like we saw last summer. Let's run through some quotes from the sales this week. Highlighted quotes this week include Colby Livestock in Kansas, 16 head of 89-pound wither goats for $265 a hundredweight. That's $234 a head. Colby also sold 6 head of 97-pound heavy bred running age older does. And again, on an approximate age on them, but we're going to call them 4 to 6 year olds. They had some age to them, maybe a little more spread mouth in their tooth structure. They brought $155 a hundredweight. That's $150 a head. Colby also sold 10 head of 132-pound white-faced wool lambs. They had full fleece on them, but they brought $180 a hundredweight. That's $238 a head. Centennial Livestock in Colorado sold 86 head of 117-pound slaughter lambs for $188 a hundredweight. That's $219 a head. Upper end of the draft brought $207.50 a hundredweight. That's $243 a head. Centennial also sold 33 head of 114-pound goat withers for $265 a hundredweight or $232 a head. Upper end of the draft brought $254 a hundredweight or $290 a head. I'm going to break here just real quick on these, on the big goat withers. We saw that market extremely hot running up into the last Muslim holiday. It's cooled off a little bit here. We're not seeing them quite break into that $350 a hundredweight. They've broken back closer. This week, the upper end's about $277, $277.50, but still they're finding a good home, it looks like, for these big goat withers when it comes to that as well. Let's go back now into your quotes where Kelowna, Iowa sold 78 head of wool lambs for $205 a hundredweight. That's $154 a head. Upper end of the draft brought $235 a hundredweight. That's $176 a head. Kelowna, Iowa also sold 44 head of 77-pound hair lambs for $204 a hundredweight or $158 a head. Upper end of the draft brought $215 a hundredweight or $166 a head. Kelowna also sold 39 head of 2 to 4-year-old early bred hair ewes weighing 144 pounds for $252 a head on the average. The upper end of the draft brought $260 a head. Sioux Falls Regional Livestock sold 1,126 head of 134-pound wool slaughter lambs for $186 a hundredweight. That's $249 a head. Upper end of this big draft brought $191 a hundredweight or $256 a head. Sioux Falls also sold 34 head of open 2 to 4-year-old ewes going back to the breeding herd for $153 a head on the average. Upper end of those ewes brought $178 a head. Producers Livestock in Texas sold 44 head of 40-pound feeder hair lambs for $305 a hundredweight. That's $122 a head. Producers also sold 126 head of 56-pound goats for $280 a hundredweight or $157 a head average. Upper end of the draft selling for $296 a hundredweight or $166 a head. On the lamb slaughter this week, it looks like it's going to be about 37,000 head through Saturday. That's 1,000 head more than last week and 3,000 more than a year ago. Year-to-date lamb slaughter 1.49 million head, 3.8% or 54,000 head more than last year's lamb slaughter. Live lamb weights this week 118 pounds, unchanged from the prior week and down 8 pounds from last year. Dressed lamb weights on the rails 60 pounds. That was unchanged from last week, down 4 pounds from last year. Here's your regional price breakdown. 20 to 40 pound wool lambs, 168 to 240 a hundredweight. 40 to 70 pound wool lambs coming in at 170 to 325 a hundredweight. 70 pounds and up on the wool lambs, 165 to 305 a hundredweight. Hair lambs, 20 to 40 pounds, 200 to 305 a hundredweight. 40 to 70 pound hair lambs, 190 to 295 a hundredweight. 70 pounds and up, 122 to 240 a hundredweight. Wool ewes, stocker ewes, $90 to $250 a hundredweight. Slaughter ewes at $30 to $150 a hundredweight. On the rams, $50 to $95 a hundredweight. On the hair ewes, replacement quality ewes, $130 to $260 a hundredweight. Slaughter ewes, $40 to $110 a hundredweight. On the hair rams, $100 to $162.50 a hundredweight. Kid goats, 20 to 40 pounds, $200 to $400 a hundredweight. 40 to 70 pounds, $175 to $350 a hundredweight. 70 pounds and up, $175 to $320 a hundredweight. On the big goat withers, 70 pounds and up, $145 to $277 a hundredweight. On the does, slaughter does, medium to fleshy, $95 to $215 a head. On the bucks, slaughter bucks, $85 to $245 a hundredweight. And that is your Midwest Sheep and Goat Market Report. Thanks so much for coming back again this week, and we look forward to talking to you again next week.